Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you'll be listening to a confidence hypnosis session really related to the world of communication, presentations, not just public speaking, because sometimes there could be anxiety just at having a conversation around a dinner table. It doesn't have to be a microphone, a lectern, talking to, row upon row of people sat watching. Anxiety can come in many different ways. Many people can relate to the feeling of anxiety of being in a circle, and each time it goes round, someone introduces themselves and talks about themselves for a few moments, a few minutes. That can cause a lot of anxiety for certain people. Or it might be being an environment where people are sharing stories with close friends or families. So this hypnosis session is designed to deal with the inner dialogue that was creating anxiety loops. Anxiety loops are where an evaluation takes place, but because of that evaluation, it leads to a physiological response which tends to create even more anxiety, and it kind of feeds on itself. What tends to happen, though, is that the opposite is also true. If you make the evaluation that you're fine, you can handle it, you're going to be okay, then this desire to over-prepare or overthink disappears, and you can actually treat it as you would any other conversation, which feels very natural and relaxed. One of the role models of this particular client was someone that I agreed with was an excellent communicator, and that was the former President Barack Obama, who, whether you believe in the politics or agree with the politics or not, I think most people would consider him an excellent orator. Whether he was doing a speech or whether he was interacting with the media or being a guest on a talk show, a very comfortable, natural communicator. And that's a very useful resource state. The idea that Barack Obama always had that skill is ridiculous. It was practice, but the only way that you can get better at anything is going outside of your comfort zone. If you don't have ever more challenging situations, you're not really pressure testing, and it doesn't get much more challenging than being the head of a country and having lots of, let's say, criticisms and judgments and evaluations that could affect lots of other things. So communicating under pressure, I think world leaders that are good communicators are excellent role models because they're pressure tested. So this is really about tapping into the resource states of someone like Barack Obama and then integrating those resource states and then future pacing them into the environments where they would be useful. If you feel that you would like more confidence in your communications or public speaking or interacting with high-level people, this session may be useful, but of course it was created for someone else. There's always the option that you can schedule a free consultation call to explore working with me, and you can do that by clicking the link in the show notes. Completely free. You don't have to work with me. There's no obligation, but you get to explore what that would be like, costs and number of sessions that might be useful. For now, though, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just release any tension in your eyelids, around your eyebrows, and notice that with your eyes closed, you're able to pay more attention to the sound of my voice, allowing your mind to turn words into meanings, meanings into new insights, and insights into profound, powerful change. Scan your body for any feelings of tension or stress, and just imagine breathing in a bright white light of pure energy, and acknowledge that this pure energy is a wonderful feeling of resourcefulness, representing whatever resources you need most right now. And maybe those resources that you need most right now are trusting in your own capabilities. Your ability to learn is a capability. Your ability to know what areas to work on to turn weaknesses into strengths is a capability. So as you breathe in and breathe out, feel that you're becoming more and more capable simply by auditing and evaluating just how many skills you've accumulated in your life. You weren't born able to talk, able to walk. Therefore, everything that you can do in your life is a learned skill. And I want you to think back. You didn't learn to walk on the very first attempt. Every time you fell over, increased your ability to learn from that feedback, but it was tapped into a feeling of tenacity and determination. Every time you learned a new word, it gave you the flexibility, the versatility to communicate that verbally or in writing that was only possible by acquiring that new knowledge. So as you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to identify a deep sense of gratitude for your ability to learn. But here's the interesting thing. How can you learn unless you venture beyond what you're capable of doing? If every day you did only the things you know you can do, how do you become better? And therefore, isn't it true that you need to find the threshold of your current capabilities to expand your capabilities? I want you to accept the idea that in life, you either find that you're good at something and you can do it excellently, or you figure out that there is more to learn and grow in this area. You are unlocking the desire to be a pioneer, to venture into those parts of your life beyond what you know for sure you can do. You are the maverick. You are the explorer. You are the adventurer, exploring new terrains, new environments, exploring those parts of your skill set and capability that you simply don't know what you can do. But you trust, like those pioneers, like those explorers, like those adventurers, that you have the resources to deal with whatever you discover in these uncharted territories. Breathe in and breathe out. Perhaps you can make a picture in your mind of someone that you deem to have those attributes, those characteristics, those capabilities that you desire to have in more abundance. But I want you to see this person not in any old time, but see them at their very best. And what might look effortless is simply because it falls deep within their comfort zone now, but only because they ventured so far beyond their comfort zone earlier in their life. And therefore, the strategy becomes obvious. In order to get this level of capability, you have a desire to venture far beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone. That's how you're able to feel so comfortable, so effortless, by going so far beyond. Therefore, the more pressure, the more demanding, the more challenging the opportunity, the more desirable it is for you. You are unlocking the desire to find win-win outcomes where you either discover you're way more capable than you realize, or that there's more to learn and you're willing to learn it. Accept your identity, that you are a well-prepared and resourceful communicator with a bring-it-on attitude, ready to tackle any situation with confidence. There is a part deep within you that desires you to be thrown in the deep end, so you get to evaluate your ability to swim. Like the explorers, you are a skilled navigator of complex social dynamics, effortlessly adapting to various communication styles. Embrace the belief that you have the mental flexibility to handle even the most challenging and demanding communication or conversations. Trust in your ability to rise to the occasion and perform at your very best, no matter how demanding the situation may be. You are a black belt in emotional Aikido. What may start off as anxiety or worry gets harnessed and evolved into confidence, assurance, and self-belief. Channel the charisma and presence of world-class speakers, perhaps like Barack Obama, feeling their confidence and poise flow through you. It's helpful to believe sometimes that you can learn anything, and that anything that anyone else has been able to do, you have the ability to learn the same skills if you're committed enough to learning it. Because you see yourself as a calm and collected communicator, able to maintain your composure under pressure, and you welcome the pressure. The bigger the pressure, the more demanding the situation, the more appealing it is for you. Because you possess a deep well of inner resources, intelligence, creativity, adaptability, and feel that you can delve into that well and tap into them whenever needed. Imagine having a mental toolbox filled with strategies, techniques, lessons learned over time, and you can access these tools whenever you need them. Communication isn't what you say, but sometimes how you listen. So imagine yourself as a masterful listener, fully engaged and attentive to the needs and perspective of others. You are resourceful and capable in all communication situations, easily handling any challenges that arise. The idea of anxiety is reframed to excitement. Feel a sense of excitement and positive anticipation, so that what was before was intimidating is now welcomed. I want you to imagine any challenging conversational dynamics as like diving off a diving board into a pool of water. That if you back away, it becomes more challenging, and if you just dive in, you have evidence that you can swim. And I want you to see yourself using humor and wit where appropriate. What before was a nervous coping strategy is actually evidence that you are authentic, able to think on your feet, able to engage in a very natural, intuitive way. Mistakes and missteps are part of the learning process. That's how you get better. These are what make you an even more resourceful communicator. That's how you get better. I want you to imagine thinking of the kind of communicator you will be 20 years from now. A natural leader, so competent in all different areas of communication. And how likely are you to be that excellent communicator without any mistakes if you were to avoid challenging or demanding situations? You already know the way to become better is to seek out ever more demanding situations, trusting that your capabilities rise to the demands. The very best in any sport, any endeavors, seek out the highest caliber opponents. They fear no one. I want you to imagine that to be the very best, you embrace the most demanding situations. You want them, you desire them. The attitude is bring it on, I can handle it. I want you to see that future version of you, not 20 years in the future, but a few weeks in the future. Already see yourself trusting yourself more, believing in your natural abilities, and see that version of you perhaps in a pitch, in a presentation, or even a conversation with people you know, looking so much more relaxed, calm and confident. The charisma, is naturally flowing. Breathe in and breathe out, and then feel that you're taking all of these resources with you back to the present, and that whenever you make the evaluation that you have the capabilities, that's the very trigger to unlock those capabilities, that you have what it takes, and that secretly you desire unexpected challenges. So you have evidence that you're more capable than you ever realized. Breathe in and breathe out and feel like you're returning to the present, but taking these wonderful resources with you. Very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, and you will awaken feeling resourceful, full of inner confidence, and feeling a deep desire for opportunities to increase the boundaries of your comfort zone. Starting to count 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.